Thanks for joining me again once again today. What I'd like to briefly go over is reasons why you might feel a little bit odd or weird out in today's world, whether it be in school or simply a job or in your house. You might feel a little bit weird because you may start to think that the world may be going the wrong way. There's a lot of things that's be going on that is so wrong, yet it is so widely accepted. Let me just reassure you that oftentimes it is not you. You may reach that point in your life wherein you start to question and second guess everything, even all your actions and everything around you and in this world, because everything seems to be going awry and yet everyone seems to be okay with it. It is oftentimes not you, and you are not alone. So when you reach the point of self accountability, self reflection, self introspection, and you starting to take that step back to really look at your own action and starting to self evaluate, the more you self evaluate is the more you start to remove all the impurities that the world and everyone around you has pretty much put on you, and they have also at the same time try to shun you or try to include you in all the ways that they are. And you often find yourself feeling a bit strange, like what it is that is happening. The world seems so strange. My friend, my girlfriend, or my wife, my family members, everything, everyone, no one seems to be the same anymore, because all of a sudden you starting to think different, and it's simply you starting to take in self introspection. You starting to take accountability. You starting to, as they say in today's day, you starting to wake up, or you starting to realize that not everything is as it seems. Wherein all the wrong things that are accepted, you no longer want to accept that anymore, because it it no longer aligns with your character and what you feel in your everyday life. And if you no longer want to live that way and the way the world's been living and most people in the world have living, then it is the more that you are going to start realizing these things, and you are going to now starting to find yourself being separated from a lot of things and places and people in today's world. And it is not an uncommon thing, as uncommon as it seems, because the universe as we know it, and God as we know it, has a sense of humor. There is always someone that is coming into self-realization each and every day. It might not seem as often or as widespread or as popular, but the more you come into self-realization, you're starting to accept the way that the world is and the way that the world is not. And that is when you're starting to make that distinction. You're starting to make the separation. And all of a sudden, you start becoming that separated of the things that no longer suit you, the thing that no longer suits what it is that you claim to be into. Whether it's simply music or simply TV shows, friends or family, it no longer aligns with the energy that you are now aligning yourself with. The more you start to remove all those impurities, you start to take that self evaluation and you start to take accountability for all your actions. You are now coming into self actualization, because you are now reaching a higher state of consciousness, wherein there are many levels, but you are now crossing one of those levels. You are now reaching one of those levels wherein you starting to see things for what it really is. And it can be sort of a weird spot where you are now going through this transition, And let me reassure you, you are not the only one. It happens a lot. Sometimes it's just you. It may be one person in a family. Sometimes it's not in an entire family. And sometimes it is a lot in one family. But other people are out there, and there's going to always be people that reaches that different state of mind, because there has to be balance in this world. And whether you realize it or not, if this is you, you are going to get to that point wherein you are now self-actualizing, and that is simply reflection and accountability, introspection to oneself. And you're not alone. There are others out there like you that go through the same thing, and you'll find yourself just sort of like you're having like an out of body experience each day, because it's like you're looking at everything from a third perspective, that you're over here and yet you're seeing everything that's happening, and you wonder, is this really happening? Yes, it is happening, because a lot of people are so-called sleep or not aware fully consciously. And so while you are becoming more and more self-actualized, it is that you are becoming more conscious of your surroundings, your environment, your thoughts, your feelings. The more and more you become self-actualized, the more and more you are going to realize this. And you are not alone. It's simply a phase, simply a process, an evolution.